Sometimes you may be presented with two linear straight equations, and you are required to find two variables which are x and y simultaneously. So now, simultaneous equations are equations which are meeting at a certain point if we were to draw a Cartesian plane. Okay? So normally, when we solve them, we are just basically trying to find this point where these equations are meeting. And these equations, since this is a y-axis and this one is your x-axis, so we are just trying to find this point where these equations are meeting if we were to draw them on a Cartesian plane. Okay? Now, there's basically two methods. And today we are just going to focus on the elimination method. Okay? Elimination method. Right. Elimination method involves you to subtract or delete, you can say, or remove, because you are eliminating it totally. Okay? So we will try to eliminate one of these variables so that we can find the first one, and then we go back again to find the other one. Okay? So this involves you to just write these in a column form. Okay? So this is going to be 4x, and then here we've got 2y giving us 6, right? Already here, this one has been made easy for us because we can see that we've got two constants there, coefficients that are the same. So meaning we do not need to try to eliminate x there. So we will try to eliminate the y instead. Okay, what we do here in this case, we just add. So adding is just simple. 3 plus 4. That should give you 7x. Then here, remember, this is not 2, it's minus 2 plus 2y, that's 0. And here we've got 8 plus 6, that gives me 14. Then remember, now we are having a simpler equation. We can divide both sides by 7, and we get our nice answer as 2. Okay? Before we go into that, you were supposed to mark these two equations. Here we'll give it equation 1, and this one will give it equation 2. So once you get the answer there, you can choose any equation. And in this case, I'm going to substitute the value of x for 2 in equation. You can choose any simpler equation. So in this case, I can choose equation 1, right? Then what do I mean by this? To substitute the value of x for 2. It means for the place of x in the equation 1, I'm going to put 2. So we already have 3x. I'll just write it, but it is not necessary to write the whole equation. You can just substitute in place of 2 there, and then I will have 8. Then now your job is to multiply. You get 6 minus 2y, and this should give you something like this. Then how do you proceed? We proceed by grouping like terms, meaning you can take the 6 to that other side. It will change sign, and this can give you something like minus 2y is equals to 8 minus 2, minus 6 actually. Oh, I'm so eager. Why am I in a hurry? Okay, so that should give you 8 minus 6, right? And then this should give you minus 2y is equals to 2. Then we divide both sides by -2, -2, and this should give you y equals to -1. And our beautiful answers are x is equals to 2 and your y equals to -1. So what does this mean? This means that these graphs are going to intersect at this point where your x is going to be 2, or already this is wrongly done. If we were to sketch these two graphs, which means they will intersect at this point, right? Which means these graphs, remember, this is just estimation. They will intersect where x is equals to 2, and then the y is equals to -1. That is what this whole story is talking about. Now, remember, these questions can come in a different way or in a different form, and you will be tested. Your character may be tested. So let's imagine this question was phrased out differently. Okay, let me just get this done. All right. Now, let's imagine, okay, I just need to erase one of these. Let's imagine our question was phrased out in a different way. Okay, let's imagine here we've got 3x plus 5y is equals to 8. And here we have got x minus 2y and -1. Right. Yeah. So now we have got different coefficients. The same method applies. So you're going to arrange your equations in a column form. Okay. And then we have got x here minus 2y is equals to -1. Right. How do we proceed here? You can choose any variable that you want to eliminate, meaning you can choose any x or y. So in this case, I would love to eliminate y in this case. So what do? I'm going to cross multiply everything by the opposite coefficients. So in this case, the coefficients for x are 3, and here we've got a 1. So what I will do is I will multiply the opposite. So this one, I'm going to multiply it with everything. Okay, so I'm going to write it like this. Now I'm going to multiply it with 8. Everything. Okay, and then this 3. Okay, let me write it like this. This 3 is going to multiply the opposite equation. Okay, so we've got x minus 2y is equals to -1. Right. Now, how do we proceed in this case? This will just multiply all over again. Okay. So 1 times the whole equation, this should give you same thing, because 1 multiplied by that expression, it gives you the same thing. Now I've marked this equation as equation 1. Right. Let me multiply this one again. So this will give me 3x, and together that should give me 6y is equals to -3. Then together this will give you -2. All right. Now, how do you proceed? We can proceed by subtracting in this case, because adding will not result in me eliminating, because by eliminating, it means I must get a 0. So this is 3 minus 3, which gives me a 0 in this case. So 5 minus 5y. Okay, you can as well write it somewhere on a piece of paper to understand it, because this is 5 minus 5, 6y. So that should give you a positive there, if you notice. So don't be caught unaware. So that should give us 11y. Then 8 minus 3. The same operation, 8 minus 3. So make sure that you're not caught unaware. Right. That should give me also 11. Okay. So now 11 divided by 11, that should give us 1. So in this case, we find ourselves with the answer 1. Right. Now, what do we do next is, the next thing that should follow is us substituting the value of y. Substitute the value of y for 1 in equation. Which equation can we take? We can take the simplest one, which is equation 2. Okay? Right. Now, what should we do now? So we will write x minus 2y is equals to -1. All right? How should we proceed here? We will write the y in place of the y. So 2 multiplied by 1 is equals to -1. Okay? So that is what is happening there. Okay? Now, if you multiply these together, this should give you x equals to -2 is equals to -1. And then taking the 2 to that side, that should give us also a +2 minus 1. And this is x equals to 1. Nicely done. That's it from me. Let's meet in our next lesson where we talk about the substitution method. Please remember to subscribe. Thank you.